Look at what that lash combo just did for my lashes. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing something we haven't done in at least a few years, or we haven't done it at all. I should go back and check, but we're talking about my top shelf makeup, and I'm so excited. We did this full look using my top shelf makeup products, and these really are products that even if they aren't in a favorites video that month or like this month or something like that, they're ones that no matter what, when I need them, they don't do me dirty. They always look good. I've used them for a super long time. They truly are ones that I'm so obsessed with. And yeah, I just loved creating this look for you guys. I would love to know what you think of the makeup look. Let me know down below. Also, I know my nails, jail time. I'm doing them, I promise. I don't know. I got really stressed the other day and just picked them off. I'm fixing it today, I swear. And I'm washing my hair. I know we're looking a little greasy. But besides the greasy hair and the janky nails, what do you think of the look? I would love to know down below what videos you would like to see, what's on your top shelf. I know someone is going to say for videos you want to see. I know we got some concealers coming out. I know we have CL. That one I've gotten some comments on, not as many as the next two, the Westman Atelier and the Victoria Beckham Beauty. I've actually never gotten so many DMs in my life. I even see comments on other people's, like people I follow on Instagram. I've seen comments on that, on Instagram, on TikTok. I've seen them everywhere. Everyone wants to know thoughts on the Westman Atelier concealer and the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. Those reviews are definitely coming. I'm testing them side by side right now. I'm testing them on their own. Because they are so unbelievably expensive, I want it to be a very concise, a very well thought out review. Not that my usual ones aren't, but because the price is so high, I want to make sure that my review and my recommendation, if I do recommend them, are really on point. And yeah, I just want to jump into this top shelf makeup video. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my full face of top shelf makeup. Full face of my top shelf makeup. Let's get into it. I'm really excited. So first things first, I want to do brows. Now we're going to use the Tude Brow Soap because there's just something about this that has it's just better than the rest of the things that I have. And I know that brow soaps aren't everyone's favorite because, you know, it's not in a tube usually, but to me, it just works out fine. I take a spoolie. I'm going to spray the spoolie. Now you can just dip the spoolie in water. You don't need to spray it. I just happen to have a spray bottle here, so we're going to use that. And I just get in there, and I really get in there on all sides, and then we just put our brows up. We are gelled. Now we're going to fill in our brows, and I wanted to talk really quick about what top shelf kind of meant to me, because top shelf to me isn't just necessarily always my monthly favorites, because we talk about that. It's the stuff that's just tried and true that I know I'm going to be really happy with my makeup, with how it looks, all of that, while I'm using it. And if it's something that maybe I haven't used in like a month or something like that, I still know it's going to be just top of mind. The thing that I think of, oh, I need a foundation, this is the one I'm going to be grabbing. And that's kind of how I view top shelf, because there's so many different makeup products out there. I feel like it can't just be favorites. It's ones that are tried and true. So I'm just going to finish filling in my brows really quick, and then we're going to move on to complexion. Brows are filled. I also really need to get them done, and I was using the Victoria Beckham Beauty Brow Pencil because this is my most grabbed at the moment. However, this is interchangeable with the Westman Atelier Brow Pencil. Both really great. I would say for bang for your buck, definitely go Westman Atelier because you just get a lot more product for the price. However, this is really great. The shades are beautiful. If you have dark hair like I do, and it doesn't have a lot of warmth to it, maybe like just a touch of warmth to it, they have good products because they don't skew super, super warm. I really enjoyed that. It's for both of them, for both the Victoria Beckham Beauty and the Westman Atelier. Next, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to set my face with a setting spray. And I know that seems kind of crazy, but I swear by the way that it makes your makeup last. So we're going to use the LYS Beauty, which is just so freaking good. And we're just going to set our face really quick. Base has been sprayed. Now we're going to let that dry for about 20 seconds. It doesn't take super long to dry. And then we're going to move on to the rest of kind of our priming products. Base is dry. Now we're going to move on to primer. And the first primer that I want to use is this one from Nude Sticks. This one has been... It's so good, especially for my T-zone. I have a very oily T-zone, and it really just controls oil. So the way that I like to use it is I just like to take, I mean, do you see what that that stripe just did? It really does such a good job at mattifying. So I'm just going to place it in the areas that I have the most kind of dew and oiliness. Can't forget the stash. And then I'm just going to take my fingers and kind of pat in the product and make sure that it's, you know, in those pores, and which sounds scary, but just that it's doing its thing and that it's not just sitting on top of my skin. So for kind of the high points of the cheek today, we're going to go on with this from Westman Atelier. This is their Illuminator drops, and I have two shades. I have Pot de Pêche, Pot de Soleil, and I'm going to do a little combo of the two. And we're going to kind of focus it today. Sometimes I do it all over my face. These are incredible. And a lot of you have messaged me saying that you really enjoy them and you kind of thought they would be like every other product like this, but they aren't. They're just so good. They are really incredible. So I'm just going to kind of pat. So I mixed them together, the two dots, and I'm just going to kind of pat on the high points of my cheeks. And then right here. So not where I put the other primer, just right here. We're going to really balance out the way that the skin is kind of looking. And we're going to do a little bit down the nose, which I know kind of feels silly, but we're going to do just where we would normally put highlighter. Now we're going to move on to foundation. And on my top shelf, I kind of rotate around, but I really wanted to do a foundation today, so that's what we're doing. And we're going to go with this one from Haus Labs. Always shake your complexion products. So this one is from Haus Labs. I wear the shade 330, and I'm just going to do a pump. We're not going to use the full pump, but this is the shade. It's a very nice shade match for me. And although it's described as medium cool, to me it isn't quite as cool. I would say that it's more of a neutral tone. I'm going to take the back of this brush here, which is an Hourglass brush. This is also a top shelf item for me, and I'm going to just get the foundation all up in this brush. And getting the makeup all in this brush really does make a difference of how your makeup applies itself. And then I'm going to just lightly buff it into the skin. Foundation's on and blended, and now we're going to move on to concealer. Now I have a ton of concealers that I love. We have the Iris and Romeo, we have the Live Tinted. There's so many I mean, even the Haus Labs one is a great concealer, but I do feel like there's one that I grab the most, and it is the Kulfi one, even though the other ones are still, in my opinion, just tried and true, and they never steer me wrong. What I will say is I'm testing a bunch of concealers right now. I think it's about 4 new concealers, and there are some that truly have blown my mind, and I'm so excited to talk to you about them. But anyways, I digress. And the point of me saying that was I do believe some of those might make top shelf, which is bananas. But anyways, the Kulfi concealer, this is the shade Mango Drop. This is a great shade for me, and I actually don't need that much concealer today. I've been really working hard on my under eyes and really getting them to a place that I want them to be. I actually have an under eye video that will be coming where I talk about a lot of the things I learned and a lot of the things I've been using, because I take pictures of kind of my progress, and just to see like what's making a difference on my under eyes. And I've noticed such a big change on how they're looking, and I'm so thrilled. Anyways, I'm going to use this concealer brush today. I have been loving using a beauty sponge, but I also have been just, she's so good. This is the Hourglass concealer brush, and we're just going to pat in the concealer. And I'm not going to actually pull it all the way up to my lash line. I feel like when you do that, sometimes it doesn't look as natural. I am going to kind of keep it to this area, but not right at the waterline. Concealer's on. Before I want to set it with powder, I'm going to let it settle down for a second. So we're going to move on to bronzer. We're going to go on with the Westman Atelier contour bronzer stick, and I have the shade Truffle in this, and I'm going to just lightly bronze up. And I have just been loving using this. It's just the best. I'm going to use this brush here. This is a Heavenly Luxe number 7, which is definitely top shelf for me. And we're going to just lightly bronze up. I'm going to go on with powder later because that light layers is truly the way to get your makeup to last all day. Now I'm going to take another top shelf brush for me. This is the Patrick Ta nose contour brush. And I'm going to take just whatever left is on the back of my hand. I'm going to pull it down the sides of my nose. Bringing bronzer down your nose that matches the bronzer on your cheeks really does create a way more cohesive makeup look, at least in my opinion. I'm going to take the other side of the brush and just blend it out. Now we're going to move on to blushes, and I have a lot that are top shelf, to be honest. The top of the top is the Victoria Beckham Beauty one. However, this past like month and a half, I've been grabbing the Say Beauty ones the most. So I figured we would do those. And these are the ones I'm grabbing the most. So we have Rosy, we have Spicy, and we have Chili here. All great. I'm going to do a combo of Rosy and Chili. And I'm going to just put a little bit on the back of my hand of both. And just so you can see what they look like before I mix them. And I'm going to do a nice little mix of the two. I've really been liking the shade that they make. It's just, it kind of actually reminds me of the shade Cutie, which a little bit cooler than Cutie, but it reminds me a little bit of Cutie with its tone. So this is the shade, and I'm going to just take a little bit on the back of this brush here, and not too much. Just put it on this brush here, and we're just going to very lightly build it. We are going to go on top with powder, so I don't want to overdo the cream. However, I just love blush. I mean, who doesn't? We're not a very strong blush time where everyone really likes to go heavy with blush, which I love because blush is the best. And we're just going to lightly build the shade without overwhelming the face. We're going to move on to a powder bronzer, and the one that, unfortunately, because it is expensive, was just true top of the top. The one I'm grabbing, not only the most, but to me, no matter what, looks good, is the Victoria Beckham Beauty bronzers. I have two of these. I have the shade 04 and 03, and I think I'm going to do actually a combo of the two. So this is the shade 04, and this is the shade 03. 03 is one that I grab mainly when it's like deep, dark winter, and I haven't seen the sun in 100,000 days. That's when I go with that shade, but I like a mix of the two right now. And I'm going to use this brush, which is actually a broken version of this brush. I don't know what happened, but you know what? I'm not going to, I obviously blame myself. I'm going to do a touch of both. So I'm going to do also a dab of this, and I'm going to kind of mix it on the back of my hand. And then we're going to just kind of start on the forehead and then pull it down. Then I'm going to take the lighter shade. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to just kind of set the nose bronzer that I put down. So I'm just going to take the back of this. I cleaned it off. I'm going to take the back of this and just pull it lightly down my nose. And then blend it out. Now moving on to powder blush, and I'm going to do a very light application, but we're going to do a mix of these two. This is Kiss of Mauve, and this is Kiss of Pink. These are both the Bare Minerals bronzers, or their bronzer blush kind of duo things. And I'm going to take, actually, no, I'm going to take this brush here. This is just a duo fiber brush, and I'm going to dip into both. Take a little bit off on the back of my hand so we don't go too nuts. I'm going to do dip into Kiss of Mauve first, and then Kiss of Pink. These are both my most worn at the moment. Clean it off, and then just lightly tap on. And just make sure that the blush kind of is still vibrant and stays in place. Now, before we move on to powder and the eyes, we're going to go on with a little bit of highlighter. This truly is my top shelf, like, obsession. This is the Minori highlighter. I love a lot of other ones, but this one is just perfect. So I'm going to do a little bit down my nose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face with powder, and I have two kind of top shelf powders. I have the Ami Collet Obsession. There are those pink ones like the Tower 28 and the LYS Beauty. Those are great. I just haven't really had them long enough to say that they are top shelf. So we're going with these today. So we're going to do first a little bit of the Ami Collet powder, and this is just their translucent shade. This is one that I feel like I'll never stop talking about. It's just so good. I'm going to dip in just to the cap right here, what's on here first, and just set especially the under eyes and my T-zone. I'm not really going to set the rest of my face. Powdered now, I'm going to wait to go on with the Westman Atelier powder. I want the Ami Collet to kind of settle in. So now we're going to move on to the eyes. And with the eyes, we're going to go on with the Victoria Beckham Beauty just bronzer. And I'm going to take a little bit and just put it through my crease. And I like that it's going to kind of be cohesive. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to just pull it through my crease. Then I'm going to take those same shades that I just used, kind of dip in both sides and pull that powder on my lower lash line. Now we're going to move on to some eyeshadows. So we have a couple of options. So for just quads, these are the best. These are the Rowan Beauty quads. This is Mood Forever. And then my most used one is Gold Lust, which is this one here. It's just so unbelievably stunning. Both of these are incredible. I'm going to go on with the Gold Lust palette since it's my most used one. And we're going to go in with this shade right here. Just take my finger and we're going to kind of place it all over the lid, but just kind of before the crease. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with this one. This is called Tea Rose. This is from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I am obsessed with this eyeshadow. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to just dig my finger in it. This is their her lid lusters. And I'm also going to place those on my lid. And I'm just going to kind of lightly apply. And I do kind of want to keep it in the same place that I kept the other one. So not too high up. A little bit higher up is fine, but I don't want it to go all the way up, if that makes sense. I'm just going to kind of pat it in. Look at that like glossy wet lid look that this gives. It's stunning. I am so unbelievably impressed with this eyeshadow. This and the Kulfi eyeshadows are just so impressive. I actually just got a new shade of the Kulfi eyeshadow that I can't wait to show you guys because it is stunning, like truly stunning. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this light color here from the Rowan Beauty palette, and I'm going to place it right in the corners of my eyes. Look how beautiful and bright that is. I just love that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go on with this product here. So this is from About Face. This is their smoke stick. I am so obsessed with this product. I really need to get another shade. This is the shade Close But No Cigar, and I'm also going to pull that on my lower lash line. I want to move on to an eyeliner, and I have a ton that I love, but specifically the Rowan Beauty eyeliner is just 15 out of 15, so good. And then we also have the Victoria Beckham Beauty eyeliners, and those are truly just holy grail, top shelf, obsessed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tight line with the Victoria Beckham Beauty. I should have brought a sharpener, but I'm going to tight line with this one. I'm also going to take a little bit of that eyeliner and just put it on my lash line, and just with my finger ever so slightly smudge it. Not too much, but I do want it to be not quite as perfect looking. Now I want to take the Rowan Beauty eyeliner. This is the shade Shimmering Brown, and just on the outer half of my waterline, not going all the way. I just want to put like right here. Just gives a little bit of something, a little bit of extra smoke without it being too intense. Now what I want to do is I want to take the Minori highlighter and I want to just put it on the high points of my cheeks now that my eyes are done. Just gonna pull it up. Now I want to go on with mascara. Now my true top shelf mascara is the Jones Road Beauty Mascara, but I want to also do a combination with another top shelf item, which is the Westman Atelier. So what I want to do is do a coat of the Westman Atelier and then go on with the Jones Road Mascara. And we're going to, I was going to curl my lashes, and the lash curler I love is the Shiseido one, but I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to curl my lashes today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to do a light coat of the Westman Atelier, then a coat of the Jones Road Beauty, and then the Jones Road Beauty mascara on my lower lashes. Look at what that lash combo just did for my lashes. So I wanted you to see, so that's one coat of the Westman, that's one coat of the Jones Road, and that combination on my lashes, the difference is just wild. You have to let me know what you think because it's so good. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye now. Mascara transforms a makeup look. It really does. It completely pulls the look together. I don't know why. It just looks need mascara before you 100% know if you like it. Sometimes you'll do, especially a smoky eye. Oh, a smoky eye needs mascara because if not, you're like, okay, I made a massive error in judgment. But most of the time you don't. This is just a great combo. So now what I want to do is I want to move on to the lips. Now for lip liners, I have two top shelf lip liners. I have Victoria Beckham Beauty and then I have Jones Road. We've used a lot of Victoria Beckham Beauty today, so I want to go on with the Jones Road. And this is also the one that I've been grabbing the most in the last month and a half. So I have two shades. I have the shade Cognac and I also have the shade Rosewood. Rosewood is this one here. And they're just beautiful and just perfect. I might go on, I'm going to do Rosewood first all over my lips. Then I might do an outer line of Cognac. So let's do that. So that is just Rosewood on my lips. I'm going to take a little bit of Cognac and just on the outer edge, do Cognac. I'm just going to blend the two with my fingers, the edge. Then on top, I want to go with something hydrating. So I have these from Rowan Beauty. These are their liquid lip balms. They are truly, truly my top shelf. They're so incredible. I'm obsessed with them. And then we also have the Edam ones. These are their softening balms and they have a tint to them. I did just order the clear one because I need, it's so good. I'm not really sure what I want to do for this. I might, you know what? I think I'm going to go on with Fig Sauce from Edam. This is so incredible. And then I might do a little Charlie on top from Rowan. It's such a pretty shade. Then we're going to go on top with Charlie, which is more of the pinky tone. This is my most repurchased shade in the Rowan Beauty liquid lip balms. Really happy with how that lip turned out. Now we're going to go on with a little bit of the Westman Atelier setting powder, and I just have the translucent shade. They have a bunch, but this is an incredible powder. I've dropped it 1,000 times on the floor. Look at it. It's all cracked and messed up. You actually probably can't tell, but it has cracks in it. And then I'm just going to dip in with a powder puff like this, get the excess off on the back of my hand, and then just right here, place it. Look at what that does. It is like so blurring and amazing. And the reason I like to do it at the end is I'm in really hot studio lights, so I want kind of the other powder I use to kind of settle in, set in. We're sweating right now because we are in hot as heck lights. And then I like to go on with this. This is an incredible blotting powder and it just does such a good job. Gotta get the stash, can't forget that. And yeah, that is it for my full face of my top shelf makeup. I would love to know down below, first of all, what do you think of the makeup? I love looks like this. This truly, like this eye look specifically, but also just all of it is really what I do when I need a pick me up. There's some days where you're just like, the struggle is so real in so many different aspects, and you just need to feel more beautiful or sexier or something. This is kind of the look that I go for because it really feels like me, but it also feels like a little like zhuzhed up, a little fancier. And I really, really love that. I would love to know down below, what are your top shelf makeup products, top shelf mascara, top shelf, whatever it is. Let me know down below because I'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.